Yo, what's going on? How you guys doing? Perkins sauce. Whew, man, it's been a minute. I know it's been a minute. I know you was gonna say that. I know. I felt you was gonna say it, so I know you was gonna say it because I was saying it to myself too. I was like, man, it's been a minute. Anyway, listen, y'all. Last time we spoke, right? I know. Let's try to remember the last time we spoke, right? The last time we were speaking about mental health, right? And how mental health is important. And how to have a mental health day is also important. Just for the sole simple fact is that when you are the best version of yourself, you are able to do what you got to do, right? So a lot of us, right? A lot of us folks, we go through life, we go through problems, we go through it all in life. But if you're not mentally there to deal with whatever you have to deal with, and you know what you got to deal with, I know what I got to deal with, right? But if you're not mentally there, then how are you able just to overcome whatever it is, or how are you able just to do whatever it is that you got to do, right? So that's why a lot of times you got to be the best version of yourself, and that means is that every day you're going to every day you're going to apply to you're going to apply yourself, right? Every day, and every day you're going to try to be better than you was yesterday, try to be better than you was last year, try to be better than you was last month, right? That's what bettering yourself is all about. That's what doing being the best version of yourself, that's what it's all about, right? It's all about not being better than this person or that person, or seeing that person's life and saying, you know what, I'm going to be better than that person because for whatever reason, right? Because I am the greatest. I am the world's greatest. No, but really, it is about being the better version of yourself that you can be. And how we do that is we always got to take inventory of our lives. We got to take inventory of our lives. We got to take inventory of who we are and say, you know what? This needs to change. I got to do things differently. I got to be on my grind. I gotta get my mind to where it's supposed to be. And a lot of times that's difficult. That's difficult just to get your mind in tune to what you got to do. That's the difficult part. But it's possible. It's possible, yeah. But getting your mind focused on that's the difficult part. And that's what we want to talk about today, right? Going back into the mental health part, right? Because mental health, I think, incorporates a lot of who we are. I think mental health incorporates a lot of what we do, you know? Because you could easily look at somebody and say, ooh, maybe that person got a little mental health issue going on within themselves. But a lot of times it's just how you respond, how you act, normally what you do throughout the day, right? So, and a lot of us, we don't always like diagnose ourselves, right? Or we don't want to diagnose, or we shouldn't diagnose ourselves and say, oh, I got a mental health issue and this is why I am the way I am. No, we shouldn't do that. But the fact of the matter is that you know, because you know yourself, right? So you know if you're struggling with depression, struggling with eating orders. Eating orders is a mental health problem. It is. But if you're struggling with depression, eating orders, biting your hair, biting your nails. Nails is another mental health issue because that's anxiety, right? You're nervous about something, right? I mean, sometimes I just bite my nails, right? And people are like, what are you nervous about? What are you nervous about? I'm like, I don't know. What am I nervous about? Okay. And then finally I'm like, oh, that's what I'm nervous about. But of course, you know, like I said, a lot of times you know what you're dealing with. You know what you're dealing with, and you know what's going on inside your mind. So you know why you're anxious. You know, or you can figure out why you're anxious. You can figure out why you got these issues that are going on within inside of you. You can figure out why, and then come to terms of it and say, you know what, I need to deal with this. I need to deal with my anxious heart. I need to deal with my anxious mind. I need to deal with my anxious thoughts, my anxious body. I need to deal with this. And of course, a lot of times you just need help. A lot of times you just go to counseling. You know, just have the counselor, don't say nothing. You just start talking. That's a lot of times how you can deal with all of the anxious thoughts, the anxious whatever it may be. That's how. But I will tell y'all this. Number one, take inventory of yourself. Take inventory of who you are. Take inventory of your mind. Take inventory of your current state that you are in. Take inventory of that. And put yourself in the position to say, am I healthy to deal with this? Am I capable of dealing with this? And I'm not talking about healthy like, oh, we're going to go to the gym 5 days a week. We're going to go to the gym 8 days a week. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I'm not talking about that type of healthy. The healthy I'm talking about is your mind right? Is your mind in order to deal with what it needs to deal with? That's the kind of healthy that I'm referring to. That you got to ask yourself that as well. You know, it's like, are you mentally capable enough to deal with what's in front of you? Take inventory of yourself. Number two, get help. Get help. That's like the biggest one, because in the how I was raised, not how I was raised, because I was raised with a good mother. Thank you, Mom. But in the culture that I was raised in, right? Because you could be raised by a good mom, but yet once you go outside, that's the culture. That's the nature of it. That's the beast, right? We were told not to cry, right? Men's like, oh, men don't cry. Men are tough. Men are this. Yeah, we all tough. We're supposed to be tough, right? You know, we're supposed to have that tough exterior so we could deal with whatever we got to deal with. Somebody looks at you, you look back at them and let them know that you ain't playing games, you know? And don't look away until they look away, you know? Like, let them know, like, hey, I'm tougher than you are, boy. Come on, mess with me. Why don't you? You know? But this is how we were built. This is how we were taught. We were taught to not cry. We were taught to be tough enough. We were taught not to go to counselors. We were taught just to keep everything inside until you're able just to deal with it. And whenever you can deal with it, you deal with it. Whether you explode, whether you implode, or whatever the case may be. What's implode? Implode? I don't think I use that the right way. But anyway, that's just how we were always taught. That's how we were brought up. It wasn't by our mom, our dad, but it was by the culture. The culture tells us this is the way we're supposed to act. Okay, yes sir, gotcha. So that's what we got to act. Okay, you know? Especially for those who weren't raised with fathers who were very emotional, you know, or if you're raised by your mom, of course you're raised with the emotional side, but you was raised with that tough side, you know. But though when you went outside, you had to be tough because you in a whole different world. Your mom was not there to protect you. Your mom was not there to coddle you. Your mom was not there just to hug you and say, "Oh, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right, my child. It's gonna be all right." No, because now you got to be tough out there. Now you got to act a certain way. You got to do things a certain way. You got to be you have to be looked at in a certain light. So yes, you got to do what you got to do. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is. But I say, number one, take inventory of yourself. Number two, get help. That's the most important thing. There's nothing wrong. I'll say that now. There's nothing wrong with talking to people, especially like capable people. I'm not talking about your friends. I'm not talking about Billy Bob down the street. I ain't talking about your sister. I ain't talking about your mother. I ain't talking about your brother, sister. Blah, 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 blah. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about someone who has a degree and says that they went to a certain college and they got a master's degree. Those are the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about counselors, therapists. There's nothing wrong with talking to a therapist. Nothing wrong with talking to a counselor. There's nothing wrong with that. And number 3, so inventory, get help. And number 3, get moving. Get moving. You can't always stay still or stay in a certain place or just say, you know what, I'm just going to be depressed today and that's it. No. That's the worst thing you could do. That's the worst thing. You could just meddle in your depression, meddle in your anxiety. I think I'm using the right word. But, see, you can tell I really didn't go to school like that. I cheated my way through. Now I'm kidding. But, seriously, the worst thing you could do is just sit and just say, you know what, I'm just going to stay depressed because that's just the way life is. Life sucks. Life is this. No. No, my friend. It's time to get up. It's time to get moving. And it's time to do things the right way. A lot of times we are bombarded just by visions, by this, by that. You gotta get moving. Staying still, staying in your depression, staying in your funk, that ain't the way. I'm gonna tell you now, that's not the way. It's not. It's not. Like, there's better things to do than just stay depressed and stay with anxiety for the rest of your life. There's better things than that. And you got this. We got this. Us. We here. We got this, right? So number 1, take inventory. Number 2, get help. And number 3, get moving. Inventory. Take inventory yourself. 2, get help. Speak to a counselor. 3, get moving. Don't stay where you are. That's all I got for y'all. It's Perkins Talk. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, we all going to get back onto our regular schedule, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that sometimes you just get bombarded with life, and life gets yeah. Exactly. But yes, I have shirts available. Oh man, I have pink now. I have a light pink. I have a dark pink. I have black. I have blue, gray, white, and they all got different faces on it too. So some of the white shirts have gold faces, which is really nice, and some that have black faces on it, which is really nice as well. The gray shirts have the gold face and black face as well. Black shirts have just the gold face, which it pops and stuff like that. Is it red face too? No, I don't think it's red. I think it's just gold for the black shirts. The pink shirts have, I think it's just the black face of the lion. The shirts are really nice, good quality and everything like that. We do a good quality there because my mama said, if you don't do it right, don't do it at all, Charlie. So we had to do it right. That's the only thing. So like I said, you know, if you want a shirt, the link is going to be down below to where to how to purchase a shirt and stuff like that. So definitely go there, go pick up a shirt. Tell me what type of shirt you want, what color, and we'll be getting it out to you. We got extra larges in now, so that was a big thing before. So we have extra larges in red and black a lot. Like I said, we have every other color you want. So tell me what y'all want, and you got it. You know, shoot me an email, shoot me a message down below, comment section. You know, like, subscribe, comment, do all of that, y'all. Take care. It's Perkins Talk. I'll definitely be seeing y'all next time, all right?